What's up, everyone? We have a bunch of new updates to cover, and it's all about Predator, Killer of Killers. We do have some news about Alien at the very end of this video. Now, the first one is a set of 3 new posters for the film. Cool stuff. Next up is some footage of the Ninja versus the Predator scene on the rooftop. We've seen clips of this in the trailers, but now there's a bit more footage. That's a very big jump. Oh, just missed. Yeah, this Pred... Oh, you see it right there? It's invisible. Right behind him. Yeah, it's chasing him. You can barely see it. Oh, you see what he did? That red smoke bomb was a way to make the Pred visible. Then he threw those bladed weapons towards him. Ah, okay. Nice. Yeah, I can see him right there. As he runs through the red smoke, he's more visible for like a few seconds. Then this ninja throws 2 bladed weapons. And let's see where they land. So the first one bounces off the helmet. The second one hits the left hand. This next video is from the State of Unreal 2025 stream. They talk about how they used the Unreal Engine to make this film. They cover the art style and how the camera angle changes throughout different scenes, like zooming out and rotating, which gives you a new perspective to the combat scenes. There's also an exclusive scene within this video. Alright. Whoa, what a way to start. Instant. Alright. During these action scenes, do you notice how the camera angle is like always in a different position? You notice it? Like right here, it's like around the leg area and behind the character. Meanwhile, all their characters are like coming into frame from the background or the side. Interesting. Alright. You see how the camera goes into different angles for different fight scenes? And when this change happens, you can see the perspective is also different because the angle is changing depending on the fight scene. So that's pretty cool. Toasty! That guy was burning. But do you notice the frame rate is kind of choppy? Like the transition between frames, it's not smooth. Like it's missing frames in a way. Oh, that was nice. The next one is a feature video with Dan Trachtenberg, where he talks about the vision of creating the characters and also about the art style.
The binding force of all Predator tales is who is the alpha.
Who is the alpha?
Speaks to that.
The heat vision in this film looks like the one from Prey. Looks kind of similar.
Just one time period, it was 3, and then what if those stories could connect?
3 stories that connect together.
Dan wanted to do an animated Predator movie that was rooted in that.
Oh, the big Pred looks awesome.
Flair to it.
He's a beast.
When I'm working on movies, we see such incredible concept art. And so that was really the origin of making an animated
Oh,
film.
I see.
Make it look like moving concept art.
So it was
look
based off
highly cinematic.
concept art. Okay.
The way things move, and the way the
Oh, this Pred has a sword stuck in his left hand.
camera to its limits.
Did you see it?
It'll make the action sequences incredible.
Dan has such a great sense of atmosphere and sound
Oh, cool.
and classic storytelling.
The exciting thing about Killer of Killers is that this giant Predator animated film. fully
Oh,
takes
there's the
advantage of
Pred I like.
animated
The one in
medium.
Japan.
Here we go, making an incredibly epic Predator experience.
Oh, choke slam.
We can deliver.
Oh, these fight scenes are really good. I can't wait. I'm excited. We have a few interview responses from the team that made the film. Dan says the hardest part about this movie is telling a story with no predator in it. He says that was the exciting thing about Prey. Dan also mentions that animation was the perfect medium for Predator, Killer of Killers, because the tools they used in this film allowed them to do certain movements that would never be done in live action scenes. Joshua Sung revealed that this is the first film that was made entirely in the Unreal Engine. He also explains that during every second, there's only 12 frames of drawings, which could explain why the transition between the frames seems to skip a bit. That's something I mentioned during other videos. We have this article with Dan Trachtenberg and Joshua Sung talking about the animated anthology movie. After the movie Prey, they are trying to figure out what to do next. So they chose to do something that has not been done yet. Wasung and his company, The Third Floor, had some pre-viz stuff. They showed Dan what they could do on a big project, and he loved what he saw. Then Dan would ask, what if we do Predator? And that's how it all came together. Even when Dan was off in New Zealand to film Badlands, Wasung and his company were entrusted to continue working on Predator, Killer of Killers. We had a trust because we worked together for years. When it came to the look of the film, they had to figure out how to take a live-action franchise and bring it to animation. And this led to using concept artists as inspiration. They would take that style of artwork and put it on screen, then set it in motion. If you pause the film, it's like you were looking at a painting. The Predator we saw at the very end of the trailer is said to be the Warlord Predator, and he's the biggest one. His cape is made of bones, and his face mask is another Yautja skull. He's the top dog. There was a theory that the cape is made of xenomorph parts, but it says here it's not. It might be Predator or other species. Wasung did respond to a sequel about Killer of Killers, saying they would love to explore what happens next. When asked about any other projects, Dan said he had a bunch of ideas after he finished Prey. He would love to get to all of them. There's definitely a plan in mind, but the movie has to do well, so we'll see. The third story, which I can't speak to yet, is what would happen with Naru. So he's saying if these two films, Killer of Killers and Badlands, do well at the box office and through online streaming, then we will get a sequel to Prey, which continues the story of Naru. There's also this article that points out something about the multiple stories. This film has 3 separate stories that seem like an anthology and then come together to form one huge story. So they're all connected. We've also got a small bit of news for the Alien franchise. During an interview with Screen Rant, Scott talked about his future with the Alien franchise. At some point in time, he decided he was going to resurrect the franchise, so he wrote Prometheus from scratch. The audience wanted more, so he made Alien Covenant. But then he says this, where it's going now, I think I've done enough, and I just hope it goes further. So it seems like maybe he's done with Alien for now, but who knows, he might change his mind in the future. So that's all the updates for now. Leave a like on the video, and I'll see you later.